In today's video, we're going to talk about opposition and how this concept can help your screenplay. Now, this video is part of a series on how to write your idea from concept to first draft. Now, I will link the previous lesson above me. Now, if you're not following my step-by-step guide, writers need to still understand opposition because it will help make that second act of your script really sing. So you might be asking yourself, what is opposition? A couple of classic examples would be Darth Vader from Star Wars, the shark in Jaws, the tornado in Twister, the birds in the movie The Birds from Alfred Hitchcock. If you haven't seen that one yet, take a look. It's a good movie. Now, according to Jeff from Fast Screenplay, at the core, opposition is nothing more than a person, situation, or force that stands in the way of the character's goals. Now, another way to think about opposition is that it creates drama. And drama is conflict. A story isn't exciting if all the main character has to do is walk from point A to point B. Now, the same story would be a lot more exciting if the main character had to walk through a minefield to get from point A to point B, or had to do something blindfolded on a tightrope, or had to fend off a horde of orcs from going from point A to point B. Now, as the audience, we want to see some struggle. We want to see the main character learn something, or we at least want to see them adapt. Now, just a couple moments ago, I gave you some examples of opposition. However, let me take a moment and go over in detail the various types of oppositions you can have for your script. The first one is something internal to the character. So it could be stage fright, it could be fear of intimacy, low self-esteem, anger, schizophrenia. The next type of opposition, another character, someone who wants to stop them, someone who has the same goal as them, someone who has what they want. Another type of opposition, society or societal values or morals. So a town that doesn't like outsiders, a corporate environment that rewards mediocrity, religious sanctions. The next type of opposition is physical obstacles, a river, a boulder, a collapsed bridge, a goal on the other side of the river or a lake or an ocean. And another opposition is natural events. We talked about a tornado, there's like earthquake, flooding, a plane crash, inclement weather, snowstorm, blizzard, all types of stuff. As we think about opposition, I would think one thing to consider for your script is having a character embody the opposition. You guessed it, this character is called the antagonist. The antagonist is the character who is going to be in direct opposition to our main character's goal. Now note, the antagonist does not have to be evil or a bad person. If we think about the Archie character in the Archie comics, Archie's girlfriend Betty has an antagonist in the form of another girl named Veronica, who also wants to date Archie. If you want to think another comic book example, or from the movies as well, from the X-Men, Cyclops and Wolverine have a triangle with Jean Grey. That would be another wonderful example. Now, if you're having problems figuring out who the antagonist is in the script, you simply have to ask yourself this very basic question, which is, who has the most to lose if the main character meets their goal? Now, another thing to think about is maybe a primary and secondary opposition. Now, the primary opposition is the main thing that gets in your character's way. Now, if you think about a movie like Titanic, the main opposition, or the primary opposition, is the boat sinking. Now, without that, you don't have a very big conflict. Now, on the other hand, a secondary opposition are other things that obstruct your character from their goal. Now, looking at Titanic again, we have some secondary opposition for Jack. And some of those things would be the other crew members who get in his way as he tries to flee the boat, the class struggles which keeps Rose from him, as well as Rose's fiance as well too, are all secondary oppositions to Jack. Now, typically the second act is where most of the writing gets difficult, but if you have enough opposition for your character, you'll notice that you won't have a problem filling in the gaps for Act 2. So your writing exercise today is to ask yourself, what is the main obstacle or opposition for your character? Now, if you aren't sure, jump back to the video where I talk about the different types of oppositions. You can look in the timestamps for that. Now, make sure this opposition shows up even the last section of your script as well too. You just don't want it to appear in the middle. You want to sort of give it a progression. You want to introduce it, have it in the middle, and then have some sort of resolution with it as well too. So once you have that opposition, I want you to take some time to brainstorm about items related to that opposition. So if they're climbing a mountain, getting the right necessary gear, maybe they land in a snowstorm, maybe they get in a fight with another group who's going up the mountain, or maybe a goat comes and eats all their supplies. So So brainstorm about all the different ways this opposition, things that are related to this opposition. Now make sure to add them to the outline you're doing. Now, if you need some notes on how to do an outline, I have that video linked up above me as well too. Now, did you have any aha moments? If you did, put them down in the comment section below. Hi, if we're meeting for the first time, my fellow screenwriting enthusiasts, my name is Paul from Small Town Movie Critic. If you're new to the channel, we're all about helping you write that kick-ass screenplay by giving you tips, tools, inspiration, and product reviews. If you feel like this is the type of content that would be good for helping with your screenwriting endeavors, feel free to hit the subscribe button below. Also like the video and also hit the bell icon as well too. Now, as we do each and every week, I'd like to welcome all of our new subscribers. There's Just Flo, there's Chris Gruel, and I don't want to butcher this other name, so I'm just going to link it here. So thank you all for walking with me through our collective screenwriting journeys together. Now, I wish you all luck in your future writing and filmmaking endeavors. Now, sorry, I've had some stuff come up at work this past week and I didn't have a chance to finish Dagon. So I'm hoping to have it up soon. And I'm actually going to try to put some stock video in with it instead of just having it. So I was thinking originally of just doing a blank screen, but I'm going to try to put some stock video in there. So hopefully, I sort of liked how I did that with the last one in the last video, and you can look at the last video. I think I linked it at the beginning of this video that has Dagon in it. Now I'm almost done with my Kit Scenarios tutorial. What one would people like to see me do next? Do you want me to do a final draft tutorial? Would you like me to do a fade in or Scrivener, or a different type of one? Please let me know in the comments sections below. Also, I'm hoping to do my next video for the top 10 screenwriting softwares for 2022 will be out in November. I'm also going to probably do some more product reviews because I think I've been noticing that a lot of people are asking me questions about different products, and so I'm going to try to do some more product reviews, like what's the best free software, what's the best software for PC, what's the best software for Mac, what's the best software for Linux. That actually came up just in the comment sections earlier. Now, my hope for you this week is that your writing goes well, or your rewriting goes well. I hope you've been able to carve out some time so you can work on that next kick-ass screenplay, because only you can make that next blockbuster that will help other people fall in love with storytelling like we all do. So until the next video, keep writing and have a blessed day.